Hello and welcome once again to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I talk about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, and Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex. I love both Meghan and Harry very much. I'm big fans of both of them. And so this is a pro Harry and Meghan YouTube channel. If you are not a big fan of Harry and Meghan the way I am, you are still welcome to listen. I welcome you. I hope that you can be open minded and just listen. And it's not, I'm not imposing my views. I'm just sharing my point of view, and you're welcome to have your own point of view on the subject. Okay? I will be disabling comments going forward, as I have said before, just because I have found that it's just better. I don't have a lot of time or energy to sort of, spar with, trolls, if you will. And so, I just don't want to live that kind of life, where I'm sort of like having to be my worst self because somebody's insulting me or being horrible. And I just think it's better just not to enable comments. So I'm going to try to remember to disable comments going forward. But you are welcome to subscribe and to hit the notification bell to keep up with my new posts. And yes, I welcome everybody with open heart and open mind, and just love, 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 live and let live. Okay. So today, this second video for today is whether the Duchess's father, Thomas Markle, is a little bit black, if he's a little bit African American. Now, I don't know what he is. I've never seen his DNA tests. And certainly, it doesn't really matter in the end. But I think recently the Duchess has indicated that she's had a genealogical DNA test done, and that has revealed that she's 43%, almost 50% Nigerian. I, for one, was quite surprised that she was that much of one thing, which to me suggests I don't know anything about genealogical tests. I've never had one done. I don't know where I come from, and that's a big problem. And that's something that I'm really seriously thinking about on a very, very serious level. So funny she should bring that out. But the fact that she's 43% Nigerian is suggests to me, just from sort of a logical standpoint, that both her mother's parents on both sides, her mother's father and mother, must have been from Nigeria. Like, she's like almost 50% Nigerian. So it means that one of her parents must have been Nigerian through and through, like Nigerian to the bone, right? Or it means that she has some Nigerian blood from her father's side, which is to me even more fascinating, because I have always said to myself, Thomas Markle has a very, very interesting nose. I mean, I have a traditionally African nose. Well, actually, I don't. I have my dad and my mom's nose combined in the worst way, just in the worst way. And my mother's nose is here, and then my father's nose is here. I mean, I like it, anyway. I've always said the only reason I still have my original nose is because I'm a poor woman. Because I would have definitely changed my nose. I don't love my nose. I don't love my nose. I'm not gonna lie, but I've always looked at Thomas Markle's nose, and I thought to myself, his nose looks awfully African in a way. When I say awfully, that's probably not the right adjective, but that means just quite a bit. It looks very, very African and not very Caucasian, not very European. And where would he have gotten this nose? And I think Meghan Markle inherited her dad's nose, and I think she has had a nose job, if I'm not mistaken. I think she's, had her nose contoured and so on and so forth, which I would have done if I had money myself. Um, And her daughter Lilibet seems to have inherited that nose from her father. And so I found it very curious. I mean, obviously, I'm sure there are some Caucasians who have a naturally big and broad nose, just like there's some Africans who have a straight nose, like my mother. My mother has a very straight, contoured nose. And I would have preferred to have had my mother's nose, quite frankly, than my father. But but it's just interesting how Thomas Markle has this very African looking nose, and no one's ever thought about that he could actually be in part black. I mean, he could have a distant relative. When I say black, and let's put that in quotes because you know how I feel about this black white nonsense, this construct that is just ridiculous. But he could have some distant African relatives in his bloodline, as do a lot of Americans, quite frankly, who are very, very mixed. Americans are very, very mixed. They don't know it, some of them, but they are very, very mixed people. Now, of course, if Thomas Markle is a little bit African, it means that Samantha Markle is also a little bit African, which would be kind of like hilarious on a certain level. I'm sure she would not like to hear me say that, but I think that would kind of make me, forgive her a little bit more, I guess, because I'm like, she's just a confused girl and she doesn't mean to be the way she is and da 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 da. Anyway, so that's very interesting, and I've been wondering whether that 43% of Nigerian that Meghan is all comes from her mother, or whether some of it could have unknowingly come from her dad, Thomas Markle. So, what do you think about that? Think about that. Did you think about that? Did you think about that? I bet you didn't think about that. Okay, that's it for this one. You can't leave comments because I'm going to disable all comments going forward, as I said, because I cannot deal with, all the negativity. And I will see you in the next one, which is coming right up after this. So live and let live, and see you in the next one.